thing now. I think we're ready,
All
right?
Now, are you gonna get that file too on downloaded? You can save it, right?
Yeah, it gets saved to. It's something I'll have to figure out how to do, but I'm also recording on Audacity, so I'll just have to figure out how to get that all of it. Because worst case, we have 2 video with audio. Best case, we have 1. So, I'm ready to click record on Audacity whenever.
All right. I'm recording on Audacity.
Same Z's.
And I'm already streaming, so I will take the stream capture picture away and put it on Discord. Boom.
All right. Are we going to still do our clap check?
Yeah, we can do clap check.
All right.
Since I don't want to do the clock thing this episode.
Yeah, that was very hard.
It's a setup process. All
yeah.
right, so Trav, what we do basically is I'm gonna count to 3, and then after 3 we clap, just so that our audio files kind of get synced. Basically, we make sure that like we can sync them together.
Yep.
Okay.
And then we start. Just like I said, we do the intro. We kind of learn about you a little bit, drink some beer, go over the beer we got, and then go right into the podcast.
All right.
Make sure I'm recording on everything, because now it's like, oh, I got so many recordings going at the same time now.
I feel that.
All right. We're good.
All right. I'm good whenever.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
All right. Welcome back to the Crumblewarp podcast. Woo! I think that this week is going to be a lot of fun. So, I'm Richie, one of the co-hosts. We got our boy, Anthony.
Anthony.
T Giggles. And our guest this week. Who is our guest this week?
My name is Travis.
Oh, it's a good old T-Turce.
Turcer Trav.
That's me. Yeah. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you for being on, Travis. What do you do? What's your what tickles your fancy during the day?
So I'm a physical therapist, but I mean, like, I've got like a lot of passions out there, but I mean, like, it just hit September, so that's football month. So invested in the Bills and yeah.
See the Buffalo. Yeah, everything Buffalo.
That's right.
Absolutely.
I feel like when you get
like a marathon that I ran, but this is from like the Bills.
I feel like when you get your own house, your carpet's gonna be red, your curtains are gonna be blue. There's gonna be like Buffalo Bills furniture.
Dude, that'd be the goal. If I could,
I would be over all the time at that point, or like at least your den.
I mean, it works both ways, right? Because like I'm a Bills fan, but it's red, white, and blue, so it's like also like patriotic.
Super patriotic.
That's right.
Yeah, right. So I mean, it'd be good. I'd like that style.
That's my goal once I get a house is to have like one of those. I mean, my recording room is already on the slightly crazy side of Bills fan, but like eventually I want one of those like the Bills den where you just like open a door and wall to wall everything is Bills. It doesn't matter. I even want one of those doormats. You know the doormats you can get?
Yeah, you should get it, like either when you open the door or you step onto it. It gives like that hey.
Put a little pressure plate down.
That'd be sick.
That way, so like when there's anybody that goes into that room, they'll know it from the decorations, but like it's kind of like a welcome.
That would be amazing. Everybody, please step on that one at a time. Let it stop.
Please do it.
Then next person.
Right. You get like a turnstile that like kind of locks. Wait a second, please.
One moment.
Now, we've known each other for quite a long time, but I still remember my first interaction with you ever, Trav, at Darien Lake.
Oh,
This day, like, okay, so I just got off break. It was like probably an hour or two into the day, and I was rotating Travis for the first.
excuse me, sir. We're having some technical difficulties for our live viewers. do, 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 do.
Maybe like the Jeopardy song.
That would be amazing and super helpful. Let's see. You froze, motherfucker.
This would be a great time to talk about Bills and beer. This is our Bills and beer segment.
No, I gotta save the beer. We gotta save the beer for Anthony.
That's
Good old
right.
Toni Gigglioni.
I froze.
Look
So hard.
I'm just noticing.
For me, you froze.
The two pandas like behind his left shoulder.
Oh, yeah.
Those two pandas.
Because, man, the pandas are where it's at.
I do like them.
Yeah, you froze right as you were saying rotating Travis for the first time ever.
See, for me, you froze, but Travis was fine.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah. I don't understand what happened. Anyhow, anywho, anyway, what, why, who. I was talking about Travis and me and our first ever interaction. And let me tell you, I get up to the top of the ride, and this guy, I'm like, dude, I'm sorry, I'm 5 minutes late. Like, you know, it's on me. I'm sorry. I just had to like really, I needed some food. And he's like, don't worry, man. You know, 5 minutes, 10 minutes late, 12 minutes late. It's all the same, man. Just rotate when you want. If you rotate late, I'm going to rotate late. And we're just going to rotate late. It's the same thing. And I was like, I like this guy.
Man, I do recall back before I actually knew who Travis was. We were leaving work one day at Darien Lake, and I really had to pee. And there was a very nice RAV4 sitting in the parking lot. And I was like, you know what? That tire looks nice. I'm just going to go pee on it real quick. And then like a week later, I did something, and I was riding home with Travis. And I was like, oh shit, I pissed on this car.
Thanks for that.
Oh, God.
That's my bad, Trav.
It's good. No, I remember because we were Anthony was behind me in rotation, and he came to me. I think I was at the front of Hooks Lagoon, and like everybody was just like, I don't know. It was one of those days, and Anthony came to rotate me, and it was just like, dude, I rotate late all the time. It's all good.
I'm always late.
Every time.
Man.
Oh, my gosh.
But it was good. I mean, that was where I met you guys. I met Baptiste and a lot of people. So
Absolutely. It was a fun little place to work.
Yeah.
We had a recap episode with Baptiste down here. I think it was episode, what was it, 7?
Yeah, it just aired.
Yeah, that was a fun time. Thinking about like some of the memories we had.
Oh,
Absolutely.
yeah. Good old times. The good old days.
Speaking of making memories, you know what else you can make memories with?
Is it beer?
It is beer.
All right.
Boom.
That was good. I got nervous that you were going into a topic, and I was like, but we got to do the beer first.
Nah, beer, man.
All right. I'm going to start this one off, I think.
Okay.
So this week, I got myself another Strange Bird brewery. This one is called the Portuguese Squeeze.
I like it.
Yeah, it's A Belgian quad aged in port barrels. It's 11.5%.
There you go.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
What is
quad,
mine?
nice and strong. It's gonna be fun. I like quads.
Mine's weak.
I like quads, so I hope this hope it tastes good. You want me to pop it now?
Oh, I want to hear that noise.
Remember the disappointment last week?
Yeah. Very disappointing.
There you go.
That one was
That
better.
one was nice. That one was good.
I like that one.
All right, I guess I'll go next. We'll save Travis for last here.
All right.
So I brought on from Ravenous Pig Brewing, which is a local Florida brewery. I've gone to Ravenous Pig so many times. They actually have their brewery location attached to a juice bar as well as a coffee shop.
Oh, dope.
So it's like a 3 local chain thing. Oh, and a vegetable bowl place. You get like veggie bowls from this place. So I guess it's 4 places. Might be 4 places. But the coffee place and the Ravenous Pig Brewing Company decided to do a tag team effort for this beer, and it is called the Ravenous Pig Foxtail Coffee. So it is a slow roasted malt blonde ale with hints of coffee from Foxtail. And let me tell you, Foxtail coffee is the best coffee I've ever had in my life. Like, it's not your coffee, like chain coffee, like, you get from Starbucks, Timmy Ho's, or Dunkin'. This is like real, you sit down with a mug and you're like, oh, kind of coffee.
All right.
I like it.
So this is only 4.5%. So
That's all right.
I'm a little sad, and I've already drinking one of these. So I got to make up the percentages to catch up to you guys here.
You definitely don't have to catch up. All right, Trag, what are you drinking?
So I should bring this one out just real fast. So this is the one I just finished up. This one is from Ithaca. This is called Flower Power. Ithaca is a place that I'll put it right here. Ithaca is a place that's nearby where I'm from, but I had a travel gig, a travel PT position that was out near there, and I found it when I was working in a town called Cortland. But Cortland was about like 45 minutes from Ithaca, and I went to a bar in Ithaca, and they had it on draft, I believe, and so I got it there, and then I realized that I could buy it around here. So this one, let's see, does it say on it somewhere? Yeah, this one that I just finished, the Flower Power from Ithaca, is 7.2%. And it's an IPA. But
It's a little bit stronger than I remember.
Yeah, and then this one I really enjoy. So we're still is it still technically summer, or are we in fall now?
Technically, fall doesn't hit until like September 21st or 3rd or something like that.
But everyone likes to just be like, fall!
Yeah, September 1st is the go-to. You can put up your fall decorations.
All right, so this one is from Southern Tier Brewing Company. It's a pumpkin beer.
Ooh, the Pumpkin?
That's the one. That's the one, dude.
All right, that was the very first craft beer I ever had in my life.
Yeah, my cousin he loves it, and he always tells me to get it. And so it was out at a grocery store, and I was like, I'm just gonna get it instead of waiting. I'm just gonna go for it. So it says in the bottle, pumpkin pie in a glass. I mean, it tastes just like pumpkin pie. And,
Yeah, it's up there.
The ABV is 8.6%.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad at all.
I'm going to go ahead and crack that open. Cheers.
Cheers, boys.
And yeah, it really does taste like you're drinking a piece of pumpkin pie. I mean, some
Gotta
people
try
don't like
this now.
pumpkin stuff, but I think it's really delicious. And again, it's from Southern Tier Brewing Company. They call it I guess it is an IPA in their own terms. They call it an Imperial Pumpkin Ale.
I guess it is an IPA.
Yeah, so I enjoy it. It's really good.
All right. Yeah. I both of those companies, Ithaca and Southern Tier, I've had plenty of their beers. They make some really good ones.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan.
When you pulled out that Flower Power, I thought that it was a bottle of Loganberry because that's what the sign looked like.
Yeah, right. I really wanted to bring. I didn't have any right now. I just finished some up when I was golfing this past weekend, I think. But my favorite beer is from Big Ditch Brewing Company. It's called Hayburner.
Oh God.
Love it.
Hayburner is the Founders equivalent, or the Big Ditch equivalent to Founders All Day IPA. They're so good.
It's so good, man. Like, but I've had so many of them because it's so good. I was like, I'll try these beers tonight. But like, if I go to a Bills game, like, I'm bringing a 6-pack of Hayburner usually, unless I'm bringing like Labatt, or maybe I'll mix it. You know, like some Labatt, some Hayburner. But Big Ditch is in Buffalo, so works too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh man, oh man.
Is Anthony froze again?
I do believe so. Which means I'm probably frozen on his screen.
No, you're not.
Oh, I'm not. All right. But you were good.
I was good.
In those moments, I think I just gotta take charge because you'll be frozen for him and he'll be frozen for you, but then I'm just like rocking. But yeah, man, Darien Lake was like the birthplace of all of our friendship. And so I give it credit and a lot of kudos for that.
Absolutely. All right. Well, speaking of Buffalo, and September 1st and all that fun stuff, football season is right around the corner. Like, what
Yes, it is.
Next Sunday is opening day, right?
Yeah, a week from tomorrow is the first game of the NFL season. The Cowboys and the Buccaneers.
That's a garbage game. We all know who's going to win. They shouldn't even play.
Just lay down, Cowboys. Just lay down.
Is Prescott back?
He is, yeah.
He's not going to do anything this year.
Like I was kind of like born into it, like it's in the Bills. I think the Cowboys beat the Bills twice in their Super Bowl years, in that 4-year like run that they had. And so like my grandfather didn't like the Cowboys. So anyways, like I've kind of been born into like not being in favor of them. But I think after getting walloped by Tom Brady for so many years, that on that first game, I'll still root for the Cowboys to not start them off on a high note.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I definitely was born into the. My dad has one of those old Buffalo sweatshirts when they made actually cool ones about like the championships and stuff, and it was like, let me show you how to squish the fish.
Right.
So my hatred for Miami, as well as the Cowboys and Tom Brady, they're all equal footing.
Yeah. How does it work for you, Anthony? Because you're like, where you're living, it's in a proximity close to there, right? So like, do you pull for them, or are you still like
Hockey? My second team. Let me rephrase that. I'm a Tampa Bay Lightning fan. If the Sabres aren't in town, I still will root for the Sabres. They're my hometown team, but I'm definitely a Tampa Bay Lightning fan because for one, they're really good, and for two, I just like them. I still don't like the Buccaneers. Like, still, I will admit, their games are fun to go to. They got, like, Tampa's crazy for sports, and the reason for that is there's so many Northerners in Tampa. It's like the same vibe as when you're in Buffalo.
Okay.
But just not as crazy.
Sure.
It's a little bit more adult in Tampa than Buffalo. At least for hockey. But yeah, I'm not a Bucks fan. I'm still a Bills fan. For most of my life, though, I have been on the train of Carolina Panthers. I've fallen off of that like within the last few years, though.
That's all right.
I mean, the Bills play down there a lot this year. They play in Miami, Jacksonville, and Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to go to the Miami game.
There you go.
That's a good game to go to. And I think the cheapest. Jacksonville might be cheaper than a Miami game, but no.
That's true.
Miami's cheap for everything.
Okay.
I guess that's fair.
Because their sports suck. So all the sports events in Miami are super cheap. I got a Florida Panthers x Tampa Lightning game, which Tampa Lightning games are expensive because they just won 2 Stanley Cups. But I went to the Florida Panthers game and it was $19.
Oh my goodness.
For like, I'm like $19 for like diagonal of the goal seats and prime parking.
Oh shit.
$19. I was like, all right. Ooh, I'm gonna go to more Miami games.
Apparently. Is that where the
so
Panthers are
Miami,
from?
the game that
Panthers,
you
yeah.
$19 was in Miami.
Yeah. I went to see the Florida Panthers X at the BB&T Center with the Tampa Lightning, and I want to go to the Miami game there for the Bills too.
I mean, this Sam Reinhart from the Sabres just signed in for the Florida Panthers. So he'll be playing down.
Did he?
Yeah, they got traded there, and then he signed there for I think like 2 or 3 years. I think 3 years.
They didn't actually do terrible last season.
Sam
But I know
Reinhart?
the Panthers itself. Was he signed last year?
No, he just got traded this offseason, like very recently.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Hockey is one thing I don't follow. But you know who I do follow is the Buffalo Bills. I pay a lot of attention to that. Not as much as I probably should. But I did just hear that they cut 23 players or something crazy like that to make it down to the 53-man roster.
Yeah,
How do you guys feel about Josh Allen?
love him.
Josh Allen is my hero.
Yeah, there you go.
No, overall, on and off the field, not only is he a great player, but deep down he actually does like a lot for the community as well, which is super awesome. Travis being from the Buffalo area, and Anthony too. Did you guys know they renamed Allentown and Allen Street in Buffalo to Josh Allentown?
Sometimes
hilarious.
I've driven by there, and I think I've seen. I don't know, but I know what you're talking about. Like they named it Josh Allen Street or like Josh Allentown.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think it's crazy though. Like, not to get off on a tangent, but just like, I'm sure it's the same for you guys. Like we've gone through. Like if you go back and you look at a list of the quarterbacks that we've had since between like Jim Kelly and Josh Allen, it's crazy. You know, like you have guys like
Good old Doug Flutie.
Doug Flutie, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Brian Brom. I think Todd Collins, maybe. Way back when.
Yeah. EJ Manuel.
Yep.
Tyrod Taylor.
Yep. Nathan Peterman.
Yep. Those are all the ones, the last few that we mentioned are the ones that I, like, from Flutie on are the ones that I remember. But that's because it was just my age.
I'll look up a list of the Bills quarterbacks right now.
Was Flutie? Flutie was the one where we went to the Super Bowl in the early 90s, right? Or was that?
Isn't Kelly the only one to take us there since like the 80s, early 90s?
I couldn't remember if it was Kelly or Flutie.
Flutie was like 5'6". He was like the shortest quarterback.
Which is insane because my cousin was barely, because he tried out for the Bills as a quarterback back in 2011 or 10, and no, that was 2010, and they accepted him. They said, "You are an inch too short for what we want, but we'll take you anyway because you're good."
Well, yeah.
The problem was,
When you're a quarterback, you want to be tall so you can see over the lineman in front of you, so you can see down the field.
Flutie, I don't know how he got to be a quarterback. Anyway, but yeah, so like I think Josh Allen's like 6'6" or 6'5", something like that. My cousin was 6'3", and so they're like, "You're an inch too short, but we will take you as a second string, and we'll see how you do." And then they found out about his injuries that he had gotten in arena football, and they were like, "Nah,
Yep.
we don't want someone who's had past injuries, so fuck off." Like we'll step to you as like I don't know, something down the line, like something probably like a practice or something. And he was like, "I don't want that," so he just moved to Florida.
Did he play for a team?
No, he quit because he had injuries. No team was going to take him. His injuries. The last game he played, it was kind of crazy. He won the championship for this, but he was playing with 5 broken toes, a dislocated shoulder, and a torn fibia, and like 3 broken fingers, and he was still running and playing and throwing the ball.
Who is this?
My cousin.
Oh my goodness, dude, that's crazy.
Yeah, all his toes were broken in his right foot, which is his pivot foot for throwing the ball. His shoulder that he throws with was dislocated. His opposite hand had like broken fingers and a broken tibia, and he was still playing and throwing the ball. His coach thought he was acting a little weird, and like pulled him back.
He's probably on a lot of pain meds, man.
I mean, yeah. And so they pulled him out the game, but he had scored a touchdown with those injuries, and he basically never healed from them correctly. Because that game he just kept playing with injuries, and he kept getting more injuries until like he should have just quit. But he wanted to win so bad. They won, and then he never played football again.
Once again, not to get on a tangent, and after this one, we'll jump back onto the Bills.
The tangent, yeah.
A little Bills talk. But one of my coworkers, this is actually super relevant because this year, Travis especially, I don't know how much you follow Pittsburgh.
A little bit.
But keep your eye out for Jameer Jones. He's a left back. His number is 44.
Okay.
Keep your eye out for him. One of my coworkers, that's his brother.
Oh, really?
He's got 2 of them. One of them has bounced around on the practice squads a little bit. But apparently Jameer Jones has made it to the 53-man roster on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Okay.
So keep your eye out for that. I'm interested only because I know his brother, to see how he does, especially with the Steelers. But
absolutely,
I mean that's pretty dope.
That's crazy.
I now know somebody by proxy in the NFL, and I never thought I'd be able to say that.
That's right, man.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
I 100% think so. All right, so let's talk about some of these cuts, Trev and Anthony.
You want this list of Bills quarterbacks, though, that I found from Jim Kelly through Josh Allen?
Yes.
All right, you let me know if any of these names ring a bell. All right, here we go. So there's Todd Collins, Alex Van Pelt, Doug Flutie, Rob Johnson, Drew Bledsoe, J.P. Lossman, Kelly Holcomb, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Trent Edwards, Brian Brom, E.J. Manuel, Thad Lewis, Jeff Toole, Kyle Oren. And then, of course, there's guys after Kyle Oren, like Nathan Peterman. But
Trent Edwards, like, one of the worst.
He was good, and then he got nailed. He got really hit hard against the Cardinals, and I think that concussion really derailed his career.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, because I remember, like, I might not have been, like, looking at his whole career, but I do remember, like, there was a point where he was losing game after game after game by throwing shit plays.
Well, I mean, unfortunately,
makes sense now after a concussion.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I mean, if you look back on the Bills' season and records,
They're not the greatest.
yeah, since Jim Kelly, there really hasn't been like an actual winning season. Like the last time we made it to the playoffs with a quarterback other than Josh Allen. To be honest, I don't remember, but I know was Allen the
Tyrod
quarterback?
Taylor
Was it Tyrod?
against Jacksonville.
Yeah, because we wouldn't
was
have made
good.
it if Cincinnati didn't lose
That
or
was
win.
Andy Dalton through that pass on 4th and 12,
Yeah,
and then they went to the playoffs against Jacksonville, and Tyrod was the quarterback. That was the season before Josh Allen got drafted. That was also Eric Woods last season too. He retired after that season,
yep.
and then Josh Allen came in after that. So, I mean,
I
like, what a savior that guy has been. So yeah, I mean, like him and the rest of the team. I mean, management in general. I think a lot of it, sports in general. I won't go on like a big speech about it, but I love things that bring people to one common thing that they love. As I don't know, maybe cheesy as that sounds. So like when you take the Bills, it's not just the city or the state. I mean, the country. Not the whole country, of course, but there's so many people everywhere
oh yeah,
that love this one thing. And like for instance, it was cool for me when I was on a travel gig near New York City. I would go down to a Bills backers bar in New York City, and there was all kinds of fans there, and they just were crazy about it. So no matter where you go, you can find people that love the team.
oh god,
And I
yeah.
think,
There's backer bars everywhere, every city,
yeah,
just about.
yeah. And so I think that's what I love about sports in general, but especially the Bills. I mean, you keep waiting. You know, it's like if you were watching, a season like a TV show, right? And you're waiting for the season finale, if you want to call Super Bowl that. But like, let's say you've been watching this TV show since whenever you started watching it. Like, I started going to games when I was like 5 years old, and so it's been like 25 years now. I'm 30 years old. And I'm still waiting like for that final season, that final episode where they win the Super Bowl. And it's like, all right, keep giving me more episodes, keep giving me more episodes. And it's like
Right.
eventually we'll get to that final like finale episode where they win the Super Bowl. And
You don't want it to end, but you want it to. You want to see the pinnacle, for sure.
yeah,
The show to get there.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
It's like Friends, man. Ross, just get with her. Do it.
Yeah. So Travis, what do you think about the Bills releasing Jacob Hollister? Preseason he looked pretty good. And over the last couple of years, 66 catches with 6 touchdowns. In Seattle. I don't know if the Bills picked him up for the practice squad, but that was one that I was a little surprised to see.
Yeah, so I liked him a lot. I think it was like he was Josh Allen's tight end in college at Wyoming.
Yeah.
And so I was excited for him, but the Bills run so much out of spread, like 4 or 5 wide receiver sets, that I don't know if the tight end is always the most important position for them, even though it's a great thing to have. And so I think they're going to roll with Dawson Knox and hope he continues to progress. He's going into his 3rd year, which of course is a season when players usually come, either come out big or
fail miserably.
Yeah, so I think it would be one of those things where like they were trying to find room for other positions that they needed, like the defensive line, like defensive tackles and defensive ends. I think they kept 11 total for that position, and so I like him a lot. I'm sad that he's not on the team anymore because I thought he could be a good addition, but
yeah, for real.
I think that's what like because Brandon Beane has done such a great job. I think you almost have to, and it's after so many years of not trusting the general manager and not trusting the front office, because this front office has done so well, a little part of you in the back of your head is like, all right, I trust them. They must have a plan.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, at least for starters on tight end, we're looking at what, Dawson Knox and Tommy Sweeney?
Yep. Yeah.
So
I don't know.
overall, I feel pretty safe with that.
Yeah, I mean, like I thought they might bring Dawson, not Dawson, not Dawson Knox, Jacob Hauser back on the practice squad, and I guess maybe they still could if he hasn't signed anywhere else. But they must be pretty comfortable with him and Tommy Sweeney for now. I mean, Reggie Gilliam, who made the roster, could also play tight end in a pinch. He's kind of like a jack of all trades. He does a little bit of running back, a little bit of fullback, a little bit of tight end. So that's another position there.
That's I guess after realizing that, yeah, kind of makes sense why they wouldn't throw Hollister into the mix if you already have 2 or 3 already on the right there. Now you got.
If you guys had to pick like your favorite Buffalo Bill, it could be for his play, it could be for his personality. Who would you guys pick?
Oh, I won't lie. There was something about. It's kind of a toss-up for me. I really liked Dawson Knox the first season I watched him play. I made sure I dropped somebody and picked him up on my fantasy team, which he did not perform as well as I thought.
Sure.
I really like Dawson Knox. I also, I really like Cole Beasley, even though he's a Cowboy.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get into any of his stances on anything, but overall, I mean, come on, the last game he played in, or the second to last game he played in, he was playing with a broken femur or some shit like that.
Shoot.
Number 1
Dang.
slot receiver in the NFL.
Legit. He's short, he's squirrely. He may not get a shit ton of like yards after a catch, but basically you throw the ball to him, he's going to catch it. And get, 2 or 3 just by catching it, turning around, and diving.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
I want to say that I'm a fan of the Trays, but I think the Trays basically got it. Trey White and Edwards. I really like them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that they're not like each year they just keep getting better, and I'm excited to see what happens.
Yeah, man.
Unless I didn't pay attention to this draft, did any of them get cut or not?
No, they're still on the team.
White
cool.
is.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
Edmonds.
then I'm excited to see what they do then.
Who did you say, Edmonds or Edwards? Didn't we have 3 at one point?
Did we have 3?
Weren't
I
there
said
3?
White and Edmonds.
Oh yeah.
Is there 3 Trays?
No, neither of them got cut. And Matt Milano came back. I know at the end of last season that was a little on the sketchy side, and it makes me super. Oh, that's who it was. Jordan Poyer.
Love them.
Which
Love them.
he was the one who was about. He wasn't gonna come back, and he did.
Man, when he hits guys, he hits guys. Like,
Yeah.
He lays people out. Like, and I love it about him. He plays with so much fire. Him and Micah Hyde. I mean, I'm Buffalo biased, of course, but like, I would say they're the number 1 safety duo in the league.
Oh yeah. If to me, obviously, like Travis said, being Buffalo biased, if I were to put together like an all-star defensive team, I would definitely throw in both Trays, Poyer, Hyde, and Matt Milano. And from there, I don't know where else I would go, because I don't pay too much attention to the rest of them. Possibly TJ Watt, because he's younger than JJ, and he is a very good defensive player. But man, I'm very excited for this season. I cannot wait.
I mean, I'm gonna cop out a little bit and just say like 2 players. Like I'm in my head over here thinking like I love Deion Dawkins, I love Trey White, I love Jordan Poyer, Micah Hyde, and but anyways, like I love Josh Allen, but I love more the combination of Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs. Like
Hey,
Like
that is fair. It is not a cop out. Their relationship on and off the field is amazing. It's what
like,
makes a
that,
great leader and teammate.
yeah, man. And so like just kind of like going back to what I said before about like you keep waiting for like the final episode of this show to like come around and like um it kind of is similar to the topic I want to talk about eventually here, but you keep waiting for this final episode and then like of course you want them to win more. But like when you bring in Stephon Diggs and you go through these cuts, like we've been so far we've been at the point previously, I mean to say, where like you keep trying to talk about or not talk about, you keep trying to build towards like future years in the cap, and I think the Bills are at a point this year that they're just going for it. You know what I mean? Like it's not about what money we have in 3 years or like what players will be here in those years. Also, like this is kind of like Josh Allen's been in the league for 3 years. We have our number one receiver. We have our defensive depth, and this is kind of like all chips on the table. Like, go for it.
Yeah,
And everything.
absolutely.
So it's exciting. It's exciting.
I mean,
I think we're gonna have a good defensive team this year, like
I do too.
for sure.
I think we're going to be
And
very
I'm
well
excited.
rounded.
I hope.
We picked up a couple.
I think it's a good year.
We picked up a couple really good guys for the offensive lineman positions as well. I want a jersey just because I want his whole name to be on it. But there was Boogie Basham.
Yeah.
I want his jersey just because of his name, and I also want Wild Goose.
Yeah.
Just because, like, come on, he's a wild goose, man. But also, I'm a little worried about Wild Goose. We don't have any other juniors on our team. And I listened to another podcast. It's called Crime and Sports, hosted by James Petrogallo and Jimmy Wisman. Talks about all these different athletes, and it doesn't matter what sport, but basically a theme that they have found in their storytelling of all the crimes and stuff is when you are a junior playing in sports, like senior, junior, third, whatever, it doesn't matter. Like if you're a junior, you're a bad egg, and something bad is going to happen. You're going to do a lot of coke. You're going to slap a stripper, something. You might even kill somebody. So I really hope that doesn't happen. I'm hoping that the Buffalo atmosphere condenses that and keeps it tucked way the fuck down, because I don't want to see that happen. But yeah, I'm excited for some names to be on the screen this year that we haven't seen before, and I'm looking forward to getting more than 2 Josh Allen jerseys, because one of them isn't mine; it's my wife's.
I'd have at least 2. One for each year.
I got a home and away.
Not to. Oh, there you go. Not to bring the topic again off track, but I wanted to ask you guys, how do you feel about the Patriots' cut of Cam Newton?
I don't really care. The Patriots lost Brady, and Gronkowski, right?
He's in Tampa.
Yeah. I think, me personally, I don't think the Patriots are ever going to be what they were when Brady was there. And as much as I hate the Patriots and think that they have cheated in their past, I at least respect a good player. And Brady is a good player. Fuck Bill Belichick altogether. But I think that I don't think the Patriots are ever going to be anywhere close to the same level they were when Brady and Gronk were there.
I mean, how can they? They had, I mean, arguably, if not the greatest, one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, paired with one of the best coaches of all time. So you're you're not just saying like, oh yeah, we had a good quarterback and a good mixture of pieces around him. Like you had one of the greatest, if not the greatest quarterback of all time, with one of the greatest coaches of all time, and not like they could be good again, but like unless you're getting the second coming of one of the greatest, if not the greatest quarterback of all time, like you know, I mean, like you could be good again, but you can't ever be like. I mean, I don't want to say you can't ever, but like it's so hard to get back to that point.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's
AKA,
just weird to me. Like they took this new guy over Newton, and he doesn't really have much of a history. I think his name is Jones.
Oh.
And I'm like, so I was a Cam Newton fan just because I liked the Panthers for so long,
that's fair.
and then he got he joined the Patriots, and they didn't do, I guess, terrible. The word is last year, but they didn't do by any means good. They weren't the Dolphins, is what I'm trying to say. But like they took the hit without Tom Brady, and now they got rid of their somewhat decent quarterback for someone that no one really knows how great he is. And I just like they're going like the Bills are gonna probably stomp them every game, and I'm excited for this.
That'd be nice.
It would be nice. I don't want to jinx anything. I want to say that even watching preseason, the Bills have decent depth quarterback-wise, which is going to help. I think Matt Barkley was a great backup to Josh Allen, but I think Trubisky is a better backup. I also think that they can't allow themselves to get comfortable. They have to literally fight and struggle and push themselves to be better every game, which I know Allen does anyway, but like everybody has to, because once you start getting good, it's very easy to fall into some sort of complacency where you're just like, I can slack off a little bit in practice today because, well, we're 8-1, and you don't want to do that because after that you're going to be 8-2 without a doubt.
Yeah. I love that about Josh Allen.
Perseverance.
Like a lot of times you get players where like you kind of like you get the company line of like, yeah, we all want to win, or like we're all competitive. Like, I mean, you're in the NFL, I would assume you are, but like you really kind of get the feeling. I'm not sure, like I don't have like a specific example to like say here's my evidence for it, but like with Josh Allen, like you really kind of just like feel like he's to that drive, like that anger, like not that I want to win, but like I need to win this game, like every game. Like he hates losing.
Absolutely.
And that gives you some confidence towards like not just like, all right, we're here to win, we're good at what we do, and we're getting paid a lot. Let's go win a football game. It's like, no, like I didn't get a single D1 offer. Everybody kind of just like crapped at me coming out of the draft. Like just a lot of things working against somebody to the point where like now they're really good, and it kind of embodies Buffalo. Like Buffalo was bad for so long, like that 17 or 18 year playoff drought, and it's just like a lot of things working towards like that's done. We're going to win a Super Bowl now and be relevant and a powerhouse, and that's exciting.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm excited for this upcoming season.
For real, 100%.
Going to the home opener, and I am just like, it's in today, September 1st, and the home opener is on. The home opener is on September 12th, and so I'm just like, come on.
You're like a kid about to go to Disneyland for the first time.
I think it's going to be electric, man. Like, there weren't any fans there last year except for the playoff games, the two of them that were in Orchard Park, and even that was like limited fans, like I think 6,700 maybe. And so now you get everybody back with all these expectations for this season, with Josh Allen being signed long term.
Oh man, we're not going to be able to hear the announcers over the fans, man. Like even watching from home, it's going to be loud as fuck. I'm excited to get the non-fake fans cheering again. That's definitely, because you can always hear like somebody over somebody else, Plus, looking at the stands, you can. It's a nice break from the field when it's a 30-second timeout if they're not, or an injury break or something. Like, you get to actually see people, and then you can be like, "Oh, I saw you!" Hey!
Yeah, and I want to say this, and this is really true. I respect anybody who's a fan of any team. Like, if somebody comes to me and they're like, I'm a Seahawks fan, or I'm a Vikings fan, or I'm a Chiefs fan, or I'm a Chargers fan, for whatever reason, or maybe they're from there. Like, if you love football, great. Like, obviously, I'm going to tell you that the Bills are
better,
the best, right? But,
I'm gonna break your balls about it, but I do respect you.
yeah. So, like,
one team.
I love the NFL in general. I think it's just coming from, like, you kind of inherit it, like, it's for a team that's never won the Super Bowl. And I'm nothing against teams that haven't won it in a long time either, that are trying to win it again. But, like, you kind of inherit, like, my grandfather was waiting for a Super Bowl, and my dad is waiting for a Super Bowl, and it's just like, now it's my time to wait for a Super Bowl. And it's just, it's all of this baggage just carried around, like, and you've never won it, and so, like, you just want one at least.
Be the one.
Buffalo, I think Buffalo is going to implode. If the Bills win a Super Bowl.
Oh my gosh, it'll be insane.
It's going to be like one of the worst. I guarantee it, even though the Bills are, like, their fans aren't really that kind of team, or those kind of fans, but it's going to be like after an NBA championship game or a Stanley Cup victory. Like, it's going to be riots out in the street. And what the hell was that movie? With Jim Carrey when he was in the new studio, and there was the whole riot outside. Yeah, when the Sabres won the Stanley Cup and midgets are rioting outside and all that shit. Like,
I mean, it won't even just be that night; it'll be the whole week. Can you sell us today out of beer? Like, it might happen. Buffalo might run out of beer.
Oh, it's gonna happen. And chicken wings,
possibly. People from all over the world will congregate in Buffalo that week.
Legit.
That's right.
People will travel to Buffalo just to be in the home of the Bills Super Bowl victory. Like, it's gonna happen.
Partying and eating wings all day.
It'll be a huge party. Absolutely huge.
All right. Well, I think that's somewhat enough Bills talk. It's never enough Bills talk, but I think it is for tonight. Trev, you were kind of on the verge of bumping into your topic, so why don't we jump into that?
Yeah. So, like, I was kind of thinking beforehand, like, the reason why I think it's similar, like when I was talking before about, like, when you're watching a show and you're waiting for the final episode. You guys tell me if you're into it, but I wanted to kind of talk about the MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Ooh.
And, like,
I'm intrigued. I love me some Batman. Oh, I had to say it.
What movie was that where the dude's like, "Hey, do you like my Batman impression? This kryptonite's killing me." And then the one dude was like, dude, that's Superman. He's like, "Oh, thank you." Oh, no, he's like, "No, that's a good Superman." He's like, "Oh, thank you." Like, he didn't know that it was not Batman.
All right, so hit me with some MCU, man.
I mean, are you guys into it? Do you like that stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I've seen probably every movie at least once.
Awesome.
Just about, yeah.
So, like, I think it's such a fun thing that, like, when you look back on movies, like, right now, like, Goodfellas or Godfather, things like that, like, you have these movies that are like 2 movies, 3 movies long, things like that, and they're such classics. It's such a cool thing that will be passed down, I think, to, like, the next generation, the generation after that. Like, I remember going to the first movie, like like the first Iron Man, and then like at that time it was like, oh, this is pretty cool, and then like it kind of grew, and like the whole kind of groundbreaking effort of like it's not just this movie, it's like we're going to connect this movie to other movies, and then we're going to have all these other movies characters in one movie, and then to build all of that, and it's
Like the Bills.
yeah, right. And so you take
The team effort.
yeah, so you take the Avengers, and it's like this is just like the tip of the iceberg. We're gonna keep building, and you get, you know, 10 or more years down the line to the point of this recent Infinity War and Endgame movie. So I guess I wanted to kind of like just say that I love it. I mean, like I could talk about all kinds of topics around it, but I guess I was just gonna ask you guys like if you had a favorite character, a favorite hero from the movies, and why.
I want to jump in because mine won't be as in depth. Obviously, I love Tony Stark just because of his fuckboy persona. Like he's just such a douchebag in the best way possible. Yeah, like he's just so much of a dick, but he does so much to help everyone else, and I love that because like he can say, "Hey, that jacket makes you look dumb, but hold on, there's a bad guy behind you. I'm gonna kill him anyway and save your life." Like I don't know why, I just love that, and I also love Tom Holland as Spider-Man. Like
yeah,
sure.
I thought the last guy, Garfield, right?
Yeah.
I thought
Andrew Garfield.
Yeah, I thought he was a great Spider-Man. But there's something about Tom Holland, and I wish that they would stop getting new Spider-Mans.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's something about Tom Holland that is just amazing. Like his personality off screen as well. Like I see him on like TikTok and stuff. He is just so childish, and yet mature enough to, you know, do things like his comedic humor really truly falls in line with how Spider-Man actually is.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, you pretty much said it, you know. Toni Gigglioni. You see my sunglasses here. Who do you think my favorite MCU character is? I'll wait. What is it?
It's the Hulk.
Oh yeah, 100%. I'm wearing green. Yeah. So my favorite's Tony Stark because he's a fucking badass douchebag dipshit who has the world and doesn't give a fuck. And he's so selfless. Like he touched on. Like I remember in the line always stuck with me. Steve Rogers, don't like him. He said in the first movie, "You'd never, ever think of anyone else or try to save anyone else other than yourself." And then, of course, he had to prove him wrong because we ain't taking that shit. And so every movie, he sacrificed himself for the greater good, and only took until the last movie to actually have him get killed that way. But he always was the sacrificing chip in every movie, and I think that's just why I like him so much.
Yeah, that's fair.
You don't like Captain America?
Nah. I don't like his righteous, stupid attitude. Tony Stark said it himself in the first movie. You had to stick up your ass, Cap.
I do agree that Captain America's character is spot on to how Captain America should be. But
I did like him in Infinity War and Endgame because he got a little bit more dark and rogue. He wasn't Captain America. He was just a guy with powers.
Yeah.
I mean,
and that's why I like him
so well.
He does, yeah. I think the reason why those movies work and do so well is because the chemistry and the writing for just the characters blend so well that it's almost like you're at a party with them and you're drinking. Like you're like one of the bros. Like you want to just chill with them because they're so cool. I think that's why the movies do so well. Is because of their chemistry on screen.
Also, the rewatchability. It doesn't matter how many times you've seen any of those movies; they're still good individually. And like Travis touched on a little bit earlier, not only is it all of the movies themselves working together, but they're all intertwined. Like if you ever had the time and the funds and whatever else you needed, like a bottle to pee in or something, you still wouldn't be able to make it through all of the movies in one sitting in the correct order. However, there is a list of even movies combined with the TV shows on Netflix and stuff that to watch them in order, they're not the order you think they would be in. Like they're not the order that they came out. And those kind of things I absolutely love. Because you're ahead if you watch this movie. You know something that wasn't supposed to happen until you watch this movie, but it came out 3 years after the movie where you found it out. So, like, how were you supposed to know that? But, yeah, to watch them all in order, it's a complex list.
I'd want to do that. Take about a month to do it, but I want to do it one day.
I like your guys' approaches, and like so, like I'm kind of the same way. Where like I love Tony Stark. He's the first movie is Iron Man. You know.
Yeah.
And like I kind of approach it two ways. Like if you told me like pick your favorite superhero, like I love Spider-Man. I love him. He's got the coolest superpowers, like super strength, got it, like kind of like a Jedi, like one with the Force kind of sense. Like yeah, he's got spider sense. He can sense danger. Want to crawl up walls? You want to swing through New York City? Yeah, I got that too. And he's smart. But like if you told me to pick a character from the MCU at this happened so far, like. And it would not have been this way up through the first couple movies, but once Ragnarok came out, I loved Thor. Like, even like with Endgame, like he's just like walking back beers. He's just like, whatever, man.
Oh yeah, when he got fat.
Yeah, and he's just like, I forget what they said to him, and he's just like, how about a Bloody Mary?
Yeah, the worst part is
he's like trying to get him like to come back to like the Avengers compound. He's like, I got beer on the ship. He's like, what kind?
The worst part is it's very hard to like. Obviously, we said our favorites like right off the bat. Really, no questions asked. But it is very hard to actually like pick your actual favorites when it comes down to the MCU anything because
I love almost all of them. Right?
I even like what's his name, Hawkeye. He's
so cool.
He's also like one of the biggest dicks, and I think because he's
bad vibes and he's so cool.
Yeah, I think because he's so much of a dick, I like him so much. I don't know why. When you're a dick, but you can throw that humor in, and also like not actually be a dick. It's one of my favorite like qualities, you know, like me picking on Anthony for, you know, looking like Tony Stark over there, you know, that's.
I like it though. I like the glasses.
Douchebag vibes.
You gotta cut it down to the goatee again, and keep the glasses on. Then you'll be Tony Stark.
And I'm super.
I let it go.
I'm super excited for the movies that are coming out. I mean, like, I'm not even addressing like all the Disney Plus shows that are happening, but like the movies that are about to come out, like Shang-Chi, The Eternals, Spider-Man, No Way Home, I think, and then Doctor Strange. Like, there's so much coming out. It's just like, yeah.
Dude, I'm so excited for Shang-Chi.
Yeah. I don't know what that one is. That's the guy who puts the Chinese letters around him and does something with them, and they shoot something. Yeah, all right. I have seen a preview.
I also want to address Black Panther.
It's gonna be cool.
Like, without Chadwick Boseman, like, it's so sad. Like, he played the Black Panther so well, and just like
he did.
Gonna miss him.
Didn't the MCU or whoever, Disney? Didn't they do something around that with his death? Like with his actual death? Didn't they make like his... Isn't the Black Panther now a female?
I don't know. I don't think they're gonna replace him, like recast him. And he did like a voice for the What If series that is out right now.
Okay.
Like it was episode 2, where like it was like, what if instead of Peter Quill, who was Star-Lord, what if it was the Black Panther, who was abducted and became Star-Lord? And he did the voice for that.
All right.
Yeah, that was a good episode too. So, I don't know. I just thought he portrayed the character well. He's such a great actor, and I'll miss him.
A great actor, and deep down, like one of the best people on this earth.
Absolutely.
Like he was doing
Such a good guy.
He was doing a shit ton for charities and stuff.
Yeah. But in general, I think he brought so much to the MCU, and the MCU it keeps growing. You know, like it won't, I don't think it'll stop. And
Thing that what's his name? I can't remember the guy's name, the director, but he plays Phil, or the like kind of watcher for Peter Parker, Tom Holland's character. He was like It was Tony Stark's assistant. I can't remember the guy's name.
Yeah.
Show.
Jon Favreau.
Piggy or something. Jon Favreau. He's like pretty much the director of these movies.
Is he really?
And I gotta tell you, like, yeah. So the guy who was Tony Stark's assistant in the movie is like one of the directors of the movie.
Oh shit.
Movies, I should say. Jon Favreau. He directed Buddy the Elf. That's how he got famous.
He was
back in the day. He directed, or like an assistant director or something.
Yeah, he was in that movie too.
Yeah, he's in most of the movies he directs.
Honestly, these days, I feel like if you're not in a movie that you direct, it's not a good movie. Like if you can't put your face in the movie, it's not worth actually being out there.
What's his name? Ty Keaty, I think his name is, or Waikiki. The guy who was in Thor Ragnarok, like the stone guy who is Thor's friend. Hey man, how you doing? Just chilling. Hey Thor, this guy's calling me a piece of crap. Can you go kick his ass? Remember, he was like chilling in his room playing Fortnite.
Yep.
Yeah, he talks like this. This is just me. Yeah, so he's directed. He directed the Thor Ragnarok movie.
All right.
But he was featured his voice in things. So yeah, I think that's a really great character skill to have. But something that these directors for Marvel movies just do so well is casting. They just find the right person for that role, and it's never been a bad pick ever. I can't think of a character in Marvel that's been a bad pick.
Since the MCU like actually got started, I agree.
I'm talking about the recent with Iron Man and like not the older movies. Because those are bad.
Because the original Spider-Man movie with Tobey Maguire, that was
also Fox.
That was pretty bad.
Marvel didn't have anything to do with that. Marvel sold the rights. Marvel sold the rights to Fox for Spider-Man, basically, and then Disney got him back for a contract with the movies.
Yeah,
but they've pretty much nailed it with every casting. I can't think of a casting in a Marvel movie that has been bad. Now, DC on the other end are all over the place bad. They've had quite a few good ones, like Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, fucking nailed it, right? Jason Momoa as Aquaman, nailed it.
Fucking
Ben Affleck as Batman, nah.
Didn't nail it. Who the fuck was it? I just saw an article. They were talking about trying to recast Batman as somebody else.
Robert Pattinson.
Oh, I think maybe you and I talked about this already.
Pattinson's gonna be a Batman of some caliber. I don't know when or where.
Yeah, and even still, he's a great actor and he would do a great job. But like I don't think they really know exactly how they want Batman to be portrayed because Affleck.
Great Batman. I'm gonna tell you right now, and it's gonna make you laugh, but I want you to think about it. John Cena.
I won't lie, all I can think about with John Cena as Batman is like just a bad guy doing something and then you hear something in the corner and you see some black masked face doing this and then all of a sudden you're just getting
Batman,
like
you see Batman like chilling on the top of a building and like the bat signal goes off in the background and he just like jumps off with his bat wings and it's like
legit. Like that is all I can
That'd be
picture.
awesome.
Tell me it wouldn't be cool if like either one of the Avengers, one of the superheroes in the MCU, like either had one or if it was an actual Avenger itself. Like if an Avenger had a dog who was also like an Avenger, you know what I mean? Like a superheroic dog that had super strength or super speed, and it was like, I mean, that would be awesome. For me, I love dogs, and like if you just like, oh yeah, this is
That'd be sick.
so and so.
They have a comic like that.
Really?
Adventures of Superdog?
I don't know the name of it, but I've seen it in a store before.
That'd be cool.
So
They have quite a few animal comics.
you know how Marvel has done really well with their cinematic universe movies? DC has done shit when it comes down to movies, unless they are specifically individual movies.
Yeah, I think the only two movies of DC that I've even liked in the last probably 10 years has been Wonder Woman and Aquaman.
I could see that.
In my personal opinion, I think Aquaman was the best so far.
Weirdly enough, I have not actually seen any of them from DC.
Yeah.
However, when it comes to DC, they've done at least a decent job. They're shows that I've watched many a time and am still watching, but DC has done really well when it comes down to like individual TV shows about a character.
TV shows?
The Flash.
The one with Harley Quinn?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, go on.
Yeah, The Flash, Green Arrow.
Those are good.
It's the one where they're the space. It's basically people from the Flash and Green Arrow, but now they're in the space thing. I forget what it's called.
Watchtower?
No, they did like a mashup, kind of. Like every season of the Flash and Green Arrow basically had a combo episode with each other, and then it was like a not Back to the Future, or Guardians of the Galaxy, but it was something along those lines. You had the guy with the ice gun. This is how little I remember their names. Guy with the ice gun, the guy with the fire gun. They were bad guys in the Flash, but they're on this spaceship. You got the girl who died and was reincarnated in the Flash, or in Green Arrow. She is on the ship. You got the Flame guy, which is two people. They're on the ship, and like they just go back and forth in time and prevent things from happening to make the world stop ending at a certain point. Basically, it's literally Guardians of the Galaxy, but in a different context. And I'm mad that I can't remember the name of the show, but their show on Daredevil was also really good individually.
Yep.
They also had that Iron Fist. That was DC, wasn't it? Yeah. Punisher. They've had a lot of great individual TV shows, but I think it takes a little bit less to make a TV show with seasons and stuff than it does combining movie after movie, not mattering when they come out.
Dang, was it this? I can't remember the guy's name, but it's a TV show that I watch with a there's a black guy as the main character, and I can't remember if it was Marvel or DC. It's on Netflix. I think his name was like Johnny or something.
DC. It wasn't Johnny Tsunami. I know that.
No. He's like super strong, and he's this just really buff black guy, and I can't remember his name as a superhero. It might not be Johnny, to be honest.
I'm not sure.
I do know what you're talking about. I saw it, and I didn't like it.
Luke Cage.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it was. Luke Cage. That is definitely a show that I recommend. It's Marvel. It is brilliant. You said you watched it and you didn't like it?
I started to, yeah. I wasn't a huge fan. I told you.
I'd get in like season 2. It gets better.
Yeah, but you gotta watch a whole season to get there.
Well, the first season's good. It's just not as good as 2.
I told you, man. When it comes down to who makes what better, my opinion personally, Marvel does better movie-wise, and DC does better TV show-wise. Which is part of the reason why I got into The Flash and Green Arrow, and why I haven't gotten into shows like Luke Cage or that one with the chick. I don't know. There's so many out there.
Can't see them all. Not to change the subject from DC, well, Marvel DC, but have any of you guys watched Invincible yet?
I don't know. I don't think so.
You're gonna have to give me a recap.
Comic craze. It's on Amazon Video. It's a new comic book / not affiliated with DC or Marvel. They actually make fun of those universes by creating heroes somewhat like the heroes in there. But it's great. The story's amazing, and it's so bloody.
It's
so dark.
I'm trying to think. What is
Here's a 13-year-old cannot watch it.
No, it is definitely adult rated. It's the fucking. It looks like the artwork from. He's a super spy or whatever. On like Cartoon Network.
I don't know.
It's not BoJack Horseman. It's like that one guy. This is how bad I am with fucking names of shows that I don't actually watch. Like, I know exactly what it is.
The girl from DC, you weren't talking about like that Supergirl show or something like that, were you?
I like that one. No, there's a Marvel one that they just put out not that long ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Damn it. Now I'm gonna have to fucking look this up.
Damo. Anyway, yeah, Invincible. I'm sure you guys have seen the memes, but Omni-Man, the dude in like the white and red superhero outfit with the mustache, looks like a Chad.
Yep. He looks like the guy from the paper from what is it, Daily Planet?
Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Daily Bugle? Yeah, same guy. Same
yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
Yeah.
It legit. Yeah. His character is like the look of his character is based off of him in real life. Like,
yep. Only just more manly.
This is who again?
Must watch. Do you remember the guy in the original Daily Bugle Spider-Man from like 2000 with Tobey Maguire? The owner of the Daily Bugle, like the head.
Oh, Jonah Jameson?
Yeah, Jonah
Yeah.
Jameson. So the guy who played him is actually the voice actor for the superhero guy Omni-Man in the show Invincible on Amazon Video. And they modeled him to look just like him.
So Amazon has two superhero shows. Like, there's one called The Boys, but there's also another one called Invincible.
Yep.
Okay.
Invincible is a must-watch. It's great.
It's
Episode 1, it's like you think it's like this amazing thing where it's like, oh, this is a nice show. I should show my kids this. And then by the end of episode 1, there's just bloody death everywhere, and you're like, I should not show my kids this.
Gotcha.
It starts off so innocent, and then the rest of the show just goes downhill.
Legit.
It's great. Me and Baptiste binged it in 2 days.
Yeah.
While eating Jet's pizza.
Was it one series or like multiple series that you binged?
So it's one season for now, but the comic books probably have enough room for about 3 to 4 seasons of a show.
Gotcha.
So it's going to be great. There's 8 episodes in season 1 with about 40 minutes each episode, so it's a pretty good watch.
Okay.
It's a very good show. I am not all the way through the first season, but it's funny too. Like, it's not just death and gore.
How many episodes did you say per season?
I think 8.
Okay. How many seasons
Don't
are
quote
there
me on
so
that.
far?
Just 1,
Okay.
to my knowledge.
Did it come out recently?
Yeah, it came out this year, towards the beginning of the year, like March, April, May.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. Definitely worth a watch.
So, to recap, your favorite superhero, Richie, is Iron Man with a secondary dose of Spider-Man.
Yeah, they're kind of like on the same tier for me. I wouldn't say secondary.
Basically, Iron Man and Iron Man 2.
But more
Iron
or
Man
less,
Jr.
Yeah.
And then, Trav, yours is Iron...
Yeah, what did you say?
So I mean, like, I love Iron Man. Like, if I just didn't want to go down the same road as what you guys might have already gone down through. So, like, if I had to pick one, like, just in general, like, what's my favorite superhero? I'd take Spider-Man. But if you took the MCU characters, like Iron Man, Thor, yeah, even Spider-Man. Like, I love them all. But I thought Thor was like, how do you pick one? You know?
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about, man. That it's so hard to just pick one because they're all so good, and especially the actors that they got to cast for those characters. Yeah. Like, they're all spot on. I love
even Paul Rudd and Ant-Man. Like, Paul Rudd is hilarious.
Oh.
Yeah,
he nailed the role with when he had the little burrito and then Hulk came up and the helicopter smashed the burrito and Hulk gives him a new burrito and everyone else was picking on Ant-Man the whole time and he's just like, yay! And Hulk's just like, there you go, like all happy and shit. Made my day.
That's right.
Wait, let's do a top 3 since we can't just pick one. Let's do a top 3. How's that sound? And then we can go on from there.
All right.
Okay.
We'll start with you, Trev.
I'll take Iron Man. I'll take Spider-Man. I mean, I love Black Panther. I love what he's all about. And I love Captain America too. But I think I'd take Thor. I love those characters. I love Iron Man. I love Spider-Man, and I love Thor. But I mean, like, not to like I don't want to break off this topic that we're about to go down, like the top 3, but like, tell me that Thanos hadn't rained all those missiles down, Scarlet Witch would not have just. Scarlet Witch would have wrecked them. I think her this next movie with Doctor Strange and Scarlet Witch. I think Loki might be in it too, but I think that's gonna be crazy too.
Yeah, I can't wait.
I'm sorry. I love Scarlet Witch. I love Doctor Strange. I love Loki. But I'd take Iron Man. I would take Spider-Man, and I would take Thor.
All right.
Okay. Well, you already know my number one is Iron Man, but my number two is Thor. He's loves beer, loves working out, loves to play Fortnite and video games. He's my dude. And then number 3 is a tough one for me. I was originally going to go with Deadpool, but I instantly remembered that I love Wolverine.
There you go.
And so my number 3 is Wolverine.
All right.
Okay.
I won't lie. Forgetting about the entirety of the MCU, a handful of characters from that had slipped my mind earlier. Number 1 is still going to be Spider-Man. I'm going to go Spider-Man over Iron Man. But only the Tom Holland version, because he's way better.
So much better.
Number 2, I got to go with Star-Lord. Good old Chris Pratt, because he is absolutely amazing.
Hilarious.
Well, I'll go with the combo of him and Rocket Raccoon and Groot. Just those 3. Without them, it's garbage. You can't have them alone, but you also can't have them together, because
I think that
it's a mess.
Rocket just make anyone better. When Rocket and Groot were with Thor, it was just the best thing on the screen.
100%.
Those 3, anytime those 2 are with another person, it's just amazing.
Yeah. So number 2 is Star-Lord, Groot, and Rocket. And number 3, I do have to go with Deadpool, because God, is he an asshole. I love assholes. What can I say?
Fucking Ryan Reynolds.
It's just so good. There was one scene, they tried to get, Ryan Reynolds apparently tried to get, I guess, the owners or director or whatever to do, and they were like, no, that is far too bad. So instead they replaced it with him sitting on the bridge, drawing him killing somebody. But he was gonna... What's that?
Scene he was supposed to do? You said it was like a scene he was supposed to do?
Yeah, he was trying to get them to do something way worse than that. And they were like, no, this is still technically a family movie.
Technically, somehow.
I'm not trying to put words in your mouth. I'm not sure if you said a scene or an idea. I'm not sure.
Well, it was it was his idea for a scene for the original Deadpool when he was sitting on the bridge drawing the picture in the opening credits or whatever. Okay. I follow Ryan Reynolds on TikTok, and he brought it up one day, and I was like, holy shit, it would have made the movie right then and there. But obviously you got to go with what the directors say and stuff like that. So, but yeah, that's my top 3 or 6, really. 5, whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna have to go with a question for everybody, as this is my topic and it directly ties into that topic, kind of.
Tell me more, Dad.
I'll let you decide with which one that you want to do. The first question, or we could answer both questions, depends on what you guys want. The first question is, if you could go anywhere in the world right now, as you only had one day to live, where would you go to spend the rest of your day? And the second question is, if you had to pick one superpower to have, what would you do?
I say let's do both.
All right. Who's up? Who wants to go first?
Oh man, I'll go first on location. I don't know about a superpower. That one's harder. But I know at least location wise, if I only had 1 day left to live, you better believe it's Orchard Park, Bills Stadium. No.
To a Super Bowl.
That's right. No, I want to go to Fiji.
Fiji.
Yeah, I want crystal clear blue waters. I want mountain view. I want beach. I want sunset. I want purity, especially if I'm gonna die. I think Fiji sums that up.
The content feeling.
Yeah,
Peaceful mind.
peace, beauty, happiness. If I was gonna die tomorrow and I could go to Fiji right now, I lied. If I was gonna die in 2 days and I could go to Fiji right now, I would do that. It's gonna take about a day to get there.
Travel time.
Yeah.
Like,
You just teleport there instantly. Like you're gonna die. You can go anywhere you want with one swift click. Where would you go? You can go to Fiji.
Yeah, Fiji.
Spend your whole day there.
I like it.
Can I
Get a
just,
couple coffees so you don't fall asleep on your last day.
if I'm teleporting there, can I just keep teleporting so that I don't actually die?
What?
Like, if I'm gonna teleport
No,
there,
you
can I
only get
just...
one teleport.
Oh, alright.
It's like a fairy godmother. She teleports you there and leaves you there to die.
Dang.
And trick question, that's your superpower.
That I was gonna say. In that case, that's my
Damn.
superpower. I'm just gonna teleport everywhere.
All right, Trav, where would you go?
I mean, like a legit answer is like wherever my family is, because that's where I'd want to be. But like, if I had to pick a location, like, all right,
You can take them with you.
all right,
with the snap.
I'm going to Italy,
Yeah.
man. Like, I'm going there. I'm gonna have pasta. I'm gonna have fresh ingredients. I'm gonna have pizza. I'm gonna have wine. They have,
He wants the rigatoni.
I do.
You want the dente.
When I was there for an internship I did near the end of my schooling, like it was awesome. And like my instructor was telling me to go down to Sicily, and like they have like old volcanoes and things like that. So like whatever you want, like you can hike alongside the ocean, you can go see volcanoes, you can have great food. The people there are extremely nice. Fun times, good food, amazing scenery. You can have as much wine as you want, and it's delicious. So that's where I'd go.
Man.
I mean, they have beer too, but their wine is delicious.
Yeah. If you're going to Italy, you're drinking wine, not beer.
That's right. I mean, like when I was there, I could get a 6-pack of beer for like $2.50, and I could get like a premium bottle of wine for like $5. It was great.
All right. I think I'll do my superpower now. I do think teleportation would probably be my superpower. I love driving, but I hate driving. I hate traffic. And living a half an hour away from work, roughly, when I get out like on time, I get stuck in traffic, and now it's a 45-minute drive. And if I could not get home at 8:30, almost 9 o'clock, when I get out of work at 8:30, that'd be super awesome. Like, I get out of work, now I'm home.
Right.
That sounds absolutely amazing. You'd save so much time. You could do so many more things in a day.
You don't gotta schedule flights to places. You're just like, you want to go to Europe today? Boom.
Yeah, save a lot of money, all that.
Yep.
Straight to the airport.
Yeah, Well,
Cars? You don't need the car. What's a car? Huh? Driver's license. What?
straight to the airport. You don't even have to do that.
You want to go to the space?
You just go to your.
We're going.
Want to go to Mars?
That's right.
So if you had to come up with a power origin story of how you got your powers, how do you think you would have gotten your teleportation power? If you had to come up with like an origin story.
I would say that my car was struck by lightning while I was sitting in a traffic jam. Like, it's ironic.
And then it made you teleport.
Yeah. Like, almost how, like, the Flash got his powers and, getting struck by lightning and all that fun stuff. Like, I'll just be sitting in the car and stuck because a tractor trailer tipped over on the expressway, and another tractor trailer was involved, and you're stuck in traffic for 2 hours or 4 hours for some people, and rainstorm, and then all of a sudden kabow, and then all of a sudden you lose your car because you're home because you're so pissed off. You just magically transport, and you're like, whoa, what just happened? Where's my car? And it takes you like a month to find it.
At the tow yard. All right. That's a pretty good story.
I think it's clever. Not a great TV show, but decent.
What would your name be?
Oh, a superhero name? Circle back to me on that one.
TP Klee.
TP Klee.
Okay. Teleport Klee. No, I'll go with my country that I'll travel to if I'm dying, and I'd go to Japan. There's so much to do in Tokyo. I just would want to do everything, but they have so much stuff there to do. I would just try to fit as much into one day as possible, and then within the last 30 minutes of my life, I would want to fight a samurai in a battle to the death and have him kill me because I'm going to die anyway. So I'd go out like a warrior, basically.
Wait, you wouldn't want to go to, I forget the actual name of it, but the English name for it is Suicide Forest?
Oh. I mean, I don't know if I want my spirit to be ripped apart for all eternity by ghosts. I think I'd rather die like in a...
I guess that's fair.
I don't know if I want to be trapped in a forest for all eternity with my spirit.
I heard it is a beautiful place, though. Creepy as fuck, but it's beautiful.
Gorgeous. Only go during the daytime and make sure you bring magnets, because the spirits can mess with time, electronics, and that sort of thing. Yep. The only thing they can't mess with is magnets. So if you have powerful enough magnets to tell which direction, if you're heading north or south, then you're good to go. They can't actually trap you. They can't mess with magnetic waves, basically.
Yeah. Also bring some to tie to trees.
Your phone. Yeah. There's like a whole documentary on it. You guys need to watch because it's amazing.
Oh, I've seen it. I've also listened to another podcast about it. It's nuts. And I would love to check it out from the parking lot.
Oh, gosh.
Trev, what's your superpower? Oh.
Yeah. What's your superpower, Trev? Do you got one?
Man. Like, I mean, like, who doesn't want to be able to fly, right? But, like, if you fly, like, it's great, but, like, I mean, like, who doesn't want super strength, right? You can lift heavy stuff. Like, I think I would love to be able to talk to animals. Like, if you could talk to any animal that was out there, like, whether it's your dog, whether it's a whale, whether it's a lion, like, whoever, you know what I mean? Like, you got that one, like, planes can fly, machinery can lift heavy things, but, like, nothing can talk to animals. And if you're that one person, like, that is a superpower in itself. Like, you're one of a kind of anything.
You're Dr. Doolittle, man. I love it.
Yeah, like Dr. Doolittle. Here's what my dog wants. It doesn't want food. Like, he's just mad at you.
You
Like-
stopped petting me, you motherfucker. Touch me again.
Yeah,
Touch me again.
like oh
That's a
yeah,
pretty cool superpower.
yeah, so be able to just like chat with animals and be like, here's what they want, here's what they're saying, here's what they're trying to warn you of, here's what they're trying to tell you, here's what they actually need. I think that'd be awesome.
That would be.
It'd be
That
cool
would
if,
be.
like, when you talk back to them, you talk back to them like how they talk. So, like, if you're talking to a squirrel on the side of the street, you'd be like, and like people around you are like, the fuck is this bitch doing?
Makes you look crazy.
Like-
I like it.
Yeah.
How,
Yeah.
seeing as Anthony asked me this, how would you describe your origin story for that? Would you, can you hear me?
Dev?
I gotcha.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I can hear you.
What's your origin story? How
Oh,
would
I
you
thought
come?
Anthony, I'm sorry.
Oh, no.
Um,
How would you have come to find out you could talk to animals?
ooh,
I know Dr. Doolittle did a very bad job. They just kind of like woke up one day and could hear the chipmunks or whatever.
I mean, like,
He's at it.
wouldn't it be awesome, like, if you were just, like, in this really perilous situation, like, I don't know if, like, you fell off a truck in a safari, or, like, you were in the ocean with a shark, or, like, something traumatic, or, like, you survived the event, and, like this horrific situation where the animal attacked you, and then you woke up the next day and they're like, I don't know how you survived, I don't know, like, how you only have a few scratches on you, but you did, and then you wake up and you're just like you hear all this different chatter going around, and it's like the birds talking outside your window, or like, you walk outside and like somebody's walking their dog, and like the dog's just like talking crap about their owner. You're just like, what?
That'd make a great TV show.
That
Yeah,
would.
right? And,
I would love that.
and so
10 out of 10
yeah.
would watch.
But then it goes on, right? Like, let's say you like go to like the zoo or to Disney Animal Kingdom or to SeaWorld, and like somebody's in like perilous trouble, and they're about to just like, like something awful's about to happen. You're just like, in your head, you're like thinking like stop, but then like you kind of like come to it, and you're like actually talking to the animal, and people are just like, what? So like that
All right.
that'd be cool.
Yeah. Like I said, man, 10 out of 10 would watch.
All right, I'll get it in production.
Oh man.
Like, imagine like you got that superpower, and you're like, all right, how am I gonna put it into use? I'm gonna be a lifeguard at the beach, and like you see a shark coming along, the shark's gonna eat the person in the water, and the shark's like, I'm gonna eat you, and then like you're a lifeguard, and you're like, please don't. And the shark's like, all right, I won't do that.
All right. I got you. I'll go
See
find
something
something
that's
else.
not near me.
Yeah, so
I'll
like,
go on the beach a little bit to the other lifeguard. I don't, not me.
yeah, that's right. So yeah, I mean,
That's funny.
I'll submit it for review.
There you go.
Maybe I don't know.
All right, if I had to pick a power, I'm gonna go a little bit weird here, and I'm gonna say have the power to be able to travel through mirrors.
Ooh.
And what I mean by this is like, so you have a mirror in front of you, you can enter the mirror yourself, and you get into another mirror world, and then you can go and travel in that mirror world, or drag people into it or something, where like you're basically invincible in this mirror world, like no one can hurt you, and like you can go to other mirrors and exit them at another point. So like say that like I go in the mirror in my house, I can go all the way to the mirror by like the target by me and exit that mirror if I wanted to.
What about my mirror?
Yeah, I can go in your mirror if I want.
All right. But
All right,
In my mirror world, I can control everything in my mirror world. So I can just go into your door, get into your house, and then exit the mirror from in your house.
all right. Would you still have to like spend time traveling, or
Nah, because how it would work is I'm a particle of light once I enter the mirror. so I can just travel as fast as I want in the
Okay.
mirror world. I create my own physics in the mirror world. But then once I exit, I'm vulnerable. If someone breaks the mirror, like at my house or something, like say I'm in a fight, then I can't like exit out that same mirror. I have to find another mirror and like walk back to my house. As like,
Gotcha.
if all the mirrors in my house are destroyed. What's up?
It's like Monsters Inc.
Yeah, kind of.
All
I
right.
got the idea from a
The Flash.
show called JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Yeah.
If you guys have heard of that,
I don't think
and
I don't know.
it's like the anime of all animes.
Is that what you were watching earlier today?
What?
You were on Discord earlier, and I jumped on, and you were watching something.
Yeah, I was working and I was at work. I left my computer on Discord on my YouTube because my dog likes sound. I wasn't even home. Babby, I was jumped on too and tried to talk to me.
Oh
I mean,
man.
Anyway, yeah.
I say
So
that
like, that's like the anime of all animes. And what'd you say, Trev?
no, I was just like when I say like it's like Monsters Inc. Like I mean that like in a really awesome way. Like like how they have to go through doors, but like there's that one part of the movie where the door gets destroyed. And they have to like go find like another way. Anyways,
Put it all together. Yeah.
that'd be cool.
So it's like that with mirrors. And like in my mirror world, I control everything. You can't do anything, basically.
I do like
I
that
control
idea.
physics and reality itself. And then, but like again, once I leave the mirror, you could kill me.
How would you get that power?
So I think how I got the power. I was gonna say two ways of how I got the power. The one way was I was in the sun way too long, and I kind of fell onto a mirror, and like just fell into the mirror as like light. Like I had so much sun in me or something, like UV, and then I fell into the mirror and just went into the mirror. I was like, oh shit! And like I tripped or something. And like entered a full body mirror and then I just went in.
Okay. That could be interesting.
A mirror fell on me. Like I was like trying to do something at like a store or like my house, like my full body mirror, and then it just fell on me and I went into it. Like instead of crushing me, I just went into the world.
You just like not woke up, but protecting yourself from the mirror, and then you look up and you're in this other universe per se.
Yeah.
All right.
Wait, so you
With
found
no one
the
else in
mirror,
it.
or the mirror fell on you?
Either one.
Or I just found a special mirror and was able to enter it, and then that's how I got the powers.
There you go.
Either way. Lots of different things could happen.
Absolutely.
The sun burning me was kind of like how I got the power thing. Like how like you got struck by lightning, I was burned into a crisp, but then entered the mirror.
All right. I could even see some sort of
question.
yeah.
What would Baptiste's power be?
Laziness.
He's already got
Dyslexia.
that. Nope, got that too.
Super dyslexia.
No,
Super dyslexia. Not only does his dyslexia work on like for him, but like he can reverse someone's world. So they're seeing straight, and then he can like snap his fingers or something and make someone's like reality, like their left eye actually see right and their right eye see right. So everything's backwards, and they're like, "What the fuck?" Even their movements are backwards. That'd be a cool ass power. Don't tell me that's not cool.
That would be cool, like a discombobulating power.
You're trying to walk left and you're going right because everything's dyslexic.
I want to put this out there. I'm laughing at not the dyslexia. I'm laughing at the first comment. Like you're like laziness, and Richie's like he's already got that. I mean, like I not the that is funny. And all of it, the laziness, like
Baptiste.
Like, nah, I'm not doing that.
I mean, he already does. Like, if you think about it, he is the hardest working lazy person I've ever met, though.
He really is.
He is so lazy.
Hard working.
Yeah, he's so lazy, and yet he works out every day.
He goes to work for 8 to 10 hours a day, works out twice a day, but then gets his groceries Instacarted and plays video games the rest of the day.
Exactly. Like,
He won't even leave his house.
overall, good
He
for
gets
him.
Instacart. Yeah, right.
What's the grocery store that you get some grocery like Instacart? What's the grocery store to go to down there?
Pixlix.
Publix.
Oh, yeah, not Pixlix. Publix. Good old
Not
pubic hair.
Wegmans?
There's no Wegmans in Florida.
I mean, that'd be nice.
I don't even shop at Wegmans.
No, what do you go to?
Honestly, Walmart.
Hey, they got good prices.
Yeah. I stopped going to Tops, but I did just have my wife and I bought one of those little like cheesecakes that you can get from like Wegmans or whatever. We just got one from Walmart. It was French style, so the crust wasn't like hard. It wasn't like a hard graham cracker crust. And it didn't go all the way up the sides. It was like just on the bottom. And then the cheesecake itself sat in like just in the container on top. And honestly, personal opinion, it was one of the best cheesecakes I've ever had.
From Walmart or Tops?
From Walmart. Like, better than the Wegmans cheesecakes. Like, it just...
Walmart? Like, I know like the whole thing about... I don't know. Walmart has got some good stuff sometimes, and I mean, sometimes if I can go to like a smaller store, I don't know, maybe, but you know, as far as Instacarting and stuff, like Anthony mentioned Publix, and there's Wegmans out there, and of course there's all kinds of stores. That this is where, you know, the world is right now, where we're Instacarting. Like, what's going to happen in 20 years from now? Is Instacart going to be like a relic? Like, what's going to replace Instacart?
Relic.
Honestly, I feel like Instacart may go away, but a better service will appear. I think stores will end up like Instacart if something isn't on or in stock. Like basically in 20 years, I doubt it'll happen in 20 years, but in 20 years, if everybody stops going to the stores and everybody just Instacarts stuff, I think stores will have a better selection online for what's actually in stock. It'll be like ordering a shirt from an online store. It'll tell you, hey, there's only 3 left. Compared to, yeah, we have this. And then your Instacart guy is like, hey, they didn't have this. Is this okay as a replacement item? Because I've done that. I forget what it was, but I had forgotten to grab something. It was a fairly important day. So I Instacarted it, and they didn't have one of the things that I was asking for. So they offered me a replacement of something similar in price that was nothing that went with what I was getting. I was like, no, that is not okay. Like,
are you looking for hot dogs? Would you be interested in spinach by chance?
Exactly. Like, I was like, no, I don't want that. I would have ordered that. Yeah.
What the heck?
I would like to see stores get a little better. Everything is online anyway, even in store. When you fucking cash out and stuff, it's already marking that it's sold. You know what I mean? So if you're looking on the website, you should be able to see that they have so many things in stock. Like, you know how many times I've looked on a website, been like, I don't want to wait 3 days to order this, or order it, have it delivered, whatever. So you look on the website and you're like, oh, they have it in stock, let me go there. And then you get there and then it's not in stock.
Yeah.
because it just sold out. Like,
I mean, like sometimes I've been in the store. I think it was just recently. I was looking for pine nuts. I was gonna make basil or not basil pesto, and I was like, it says limited quantity here, but like I don't think I could find the pine nuts. And anyways, I think that might be what you're talking about. Maybe it's different.
yeah, exactly. Like it says they have them, but it says they're limited. So you go there because trying to get somebody in store to do it, it still takes 4 hours or whatever because they got to have somebody available to do it and all that fun stuff. Like eventually, all of that will get better. When you put something on hold, like it may piss off somebody in store when they get up to the register, scan that item, and it's like, I'm sorry, this item is on hold for another customer. Like, but eventually, I feel like that could. This is a very good topic to have another time.
Should definitely have this a topic another day. Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what we can do right now?
I think we can review these beers we've been drinking.
Even before that.
Oh, tell me.
Oh, we can all say cheese for a picture that I'm about to take on my OBS. I wanted to get a podcast picture for the Instagram done, so yeah, we did it. We got it. We got beers to review.
We
Now,
do. We do.
I'll go first. We'll do reverse order. Or would that mean Travis would be first? No, I went last.
Sure.
I'll go. Ravenous Pig, Foxtail Coffee, everybody. It's good. It's aight. It's not like, hey, this is the best coffee drink ever. I mean, the Alcatraz Island that I had 4 or 5 episodes ago was way better. That cold brew, so much better. In terms of, this is more of a, you're at the bar drink. You're chilling with your homies. You're at the bar. You're playing some board games at the bar, having a great time. This is a good drink for that. It's got a nice light malty roast. It's not too strong. It's not too coffee. It's not. I wouldn't say it's a blonde ale. I was getting more. I was getting more like extra stout Guinness vibes from this drink.
Okay. Well, wasn't that one the blonde? Oh no, the Guinness blonde was
Guinness
garbage.
blonde.
That's right.
That's garbage. Yeah. No, the extra stout is the only Guinness that I truly love. But I'm getting vibes like that from this, but not as good, considering the coffee flavors. I will say, they said drink this cold for maximum freshness. I didn't. I've only had it warm, so I'm not going to hate on it too much. But being as big of a coffee fan as I am, and I do love Ravenous Pig. They've got some great beers out there. I'm just sorry to say this is not one of them. I was really hoping this was going to be good. So, to the knowledge I have right now, I haven't had it cold. I'm going to give it like a 5.7. I'm definitely going to probably recap this at another point on another episode when I've had it cold. I'll kind of just briefly touch on it. Hey, by the way, guys, that episode that I had a few times ago, that beer is actually like maybe a 7 cold, but for right now, I'm giving it a 5.7. It didn't blow my socks off.
All right, 5.7. That's not bad though. It's a drinkable beer.
It's a 6.4 if you're at the bar.
All right, it's drinkable.
It's drinkable.
I like it.
All right,
That concludes my rating.
All right, cool. So, yeah, so pumpkin, it's really is exactly like it says it is. I mean, like if you love pumpkin stuff, if you like pumpkin pie, that kind of thing, this beer is right up your alley. It really does taste just like a piece of pumpkin pie. Some people won't like that. Like they'll say that like the beer is too sweet or it's too, I don't want to say fruity. It's just like it has that taste of a pumpkin pie in your hand, especially when it's cold and fresh out of the fridge, I feel. strong. It's an 8.6% beer. So you get a little bit of that taste to it too. I think it's perfect for days when it's a little bit more crisp and cool outside. I mean, if you like it when it's hotter outside, you want a cold beer and you enjoy it, fine. But definitely when it's a little bit more crisp and cool outside, you got the kind of fall vibe to the air. That'd be nice. And it's a seasonal beer, so it only comes around, I think, only sometimes during certain times of the year. If I had to rank it, I like the taste. It's a little bit strong. I'd probably give it about like an 8.8.
All right.
Yeah, so if I asked if I recommend it or not, yeah, I'd recommend it for sure.
10 out of 10 would recommend. Oh, sorry, 8.8 would recommend.
Yeah. So enjoyable, good tasting, refreshing, strong. Yeah, I'll enjoy it. I enjoy it, and I enjoyed it tonight.
All right. Well, perfect. So I myself had a Strange Bird Portuguese Squeeze. Just to recap, it's a Belgian quad, aged in port barrels, coming in at 11.5%. Just like my beer last week, which was another Strange Bird. This one is also bottle conditioned. Basically, Trav, I don't know if you know what that means. I explained it last week.
What does bottle conditioned mean?
Exactly. It's basically they don't carbonate the beer until it's in the individual bottle.
They can carbonate it in the bottle?
Yep. So
That's cool.
This beer and the one I had last week, I'm blanking on the name of, they were both bottle conditioned. So each bottle had its own carbonation effect. And then it was corked and let sit for a little bit. Says that they use fluffy Belgian yeast and the finest Belgian malt. It's only got 20 IBUs, and that is very true. It's a very strong beer, 11.5%. The IBUs definitely were suppressed. Being a quad, it's a quad IPA basically. You don't get a super hoppy taste. Being aged in port barrels, let me tell you, I am not a red wine fan. I don't like dry wines. I am not fans of port when it comes to wine. You can taste the port. You can taste the wine when it comes through. It hits your tongue and you're like, okay. And then you taste the port and you're like, okay. Honestly, this is a fantastic beer. I want to put this, for being a Belgian quad. God, I wish I remembered the name of that one. I want to put it on the level of like a brewery that's been around a lot longer. Which technically, apparently the brewmaster has come from, I forget which one it was there as well, but the brewmaster came from a larger brewery and knows what he's doing. So
Brewmaster.
Yeah, I'm gonna give this Portuguese squeeze. My main squeeze is Portuguese. That's what the bottle says. I'm gonna go ahead and give the Portuguese squeeze. I'm gonna go with an 8.4.
Ooh.
It is very
up there.
It is. It is very good. With the IBUs being so low, you can recommend this to somebody who doesn't like IPAs and get them to fall in love. Like, it just, you take a sip. I drank this one. I pulled it out about a half hour before I opened it. And I didn't finish this mostly because it's 11.5% until just before we started reviewing these. So,
Are IBUs about the hops of the beer?
yeah, it's like I forget what it actually stands for, but it's like the bitterness of the hops.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
basically, the higher the number IBU, the more bitter it is. So, flower power should be upwards of like 70, maybe, if not higher.
It says IBU is an abbreviation for the International Bitterness Unit Scale.
There you
It
go.
is from beerconnoisseur.com.
Yeah. What's flower power say? You still have that bottle?
Yeah, does it say on it?
It should. I'm just using my noodle from having it before. It should be upwards of 70.
It doesn't say here. I'll try to look it up real fast.
Yeah. But yeah, Portuguese squeeze. Good old 8.4.
The name.
Yeah, same, man.
Good old geese squeeze.
It's a very good beer.
I'm a little let down on mine.
Sorry, bro.
I got so excited, and it was basic.
It was basic.
For being Foxtail Coffee, my favorite coffee place, and I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say if I put some oat milk in this, some like chocolate oat milk, frothed it up a little bit, steamed it a little bit, that might be big brain.
There you go. Speaking of big brained, I was basically spot on. I don't know why Travis is taking so long to find it.
75.
Yeah. I was spot the fuck on.
What's that?
Flower Power's IBUs.
Okay.
I said about 70, right around there.
Okay, did you already find it?
Yeah. There's a website called Untapped.
That's what I'm on.
Oh, yeah. Basically, for anyone who doesn't know what Untapped is, you can create your own fucking... Anthony and I actually talked about it with Chris, one of our previous guests. It just rates and reviews beers, but not in the same way that we are. You just, you do it yourself, and then when other people are looking for it, they can look at... so this one, Flower Power specifically, has 134, almost 135,000 ratings.
So, I want to say they have an app too.
Yeah, they do.
Which is even great. Greater. Great.
Yep. Definitely worth...
The app's pretty clean too. They have a dark mode. Any fucking company that makes a dark mode for anything, thank you for not bleeding my eyes with white.
Yeah, legit.
Yelp needs a damn dark mode.
75 isn't too high. I mean, I'm for IBUs. You mean?
No, it's up there.
Okay.
I mean, with a name like Flower Power, you're definitely looking at like a very floral, very hoppy type beer.
Okay.
I want to say, I want to say that there's much higher. First off, there's a beer called Who Lawed Dogfish Head. Dogfish Head makes a beer called Who Lawed.
Amazing.
Yeah, apparently it is one of the highest. Holy shit. On their IBU rating is a 658.
Wow.
So that is a beer that even I'm afraid to try, but now I want to.
Want it? Give it to me now.
Yeah.
Give it to me now.
Oh man,
baby.
I didn't know that IBU scales went up this high.
What's it at?
Well, I'm already at 1100.
Ooh.
In 2007, McKellar Hop Juice 2007. They came out with a beer that was 2007 IBUs.
What?
Yep.
That's crazy.
Flying Monkeys Alpha Fornication. In 2011, theirs was a 2500.
Jeez.
And this one, just because of the name, I really want to try it. In 2015 is when it was first released. Looks like it's a 9.8% beer. It's called, it's made by Carbon Smith. It's called Fucks Your Shit Up. Oh, sorry. Fucks Up Your Shit IPA.
Fucks up your shit, IPA.
Right to the point.
Yep. 2,600 IBUs. Which is insane. That one is one I'm terrified to try. I need to find it, and I want to try it. I may not even like it. Because to me, Flower Power is too hoppy.
I'm not a hopper.
Yeah, personally, I am not a fan of Flower Power, but
that's my problem with a lot of beers is I'm not a hopper. So I'm more of a stouter.
Always have been, always will be.
Yep. The deeper and the darker that it looks, give me some tar, and I'll drink it.
I like.
Now, don't get me wrong. Like I've been getting into sours. Definitely loving sours in this beer adventure that we've had. I've had a few good ales so far, and some lagers. Still trying to break into that IPA world though.
It's not easy. I'll tell you that. You gotta start with something small. Go with like an all-day IPA first, then jump into something a little bit stronger and do like a Voodoo Ranger.
Yeah, those are good.
And then apparently, you work yourself up to Fucks Up Your Shit at 2,600.
Up your shit.
I did not like IPAs at first. I did not like them at all, I don't think. And then I don't know, just kept going.
Everyone's palate is constantly changing. I have come to find that I like mustard. And I have always hated mustard.
Just now realize that?
Yeah, I've never liked it. But recently, I have had mustard on things and I don't cringe.
Mustard's so good. So good. Dijon.
Well, I think on that note there, Dijon, I'm not sure, Anthony, but real quick, Travis, what are your handles? Twitter, Facebook, whatever.
So you can find me at T-Turce, TTURCE. I think that's for Twitter and I think for Instagram too. And then Facebook, you can find me right at my name, Travis Turcer, and yeah.
All right, Anthony, hit us with yours.
You already know that you can find me at OntaneD on Instagram, which is where I post the most. You can also find me streaming right now at T Gigglioni. It's actually Toni Gigglioni. I just go by T Giggles. And C Motionals. We're doing a beach cleanup in September. Get yourself on the beach. C Motionals. Check us out. Subscribe to the newsletter for the updates so that you can know when the cleanup is, because I don't put shit on Instagram for that. And those are my handles.
All right. You can find me at Capitan Winkey, Capitan Capitan Winkey 17 on Twitter or Twitch, which is also where this is being streamed live at the moment. First time ever in Crumblewarp history. You can also find me on Instagram at Richie. And you can contact us, Anthony or myself, via Instagram or Twitter or email. Instagram is Crumblewarpcast. Instagram is Crumblewarpcast. You can find us on Twitter at Crumblewarp. And you can email us at crumblewarp@gmail.com. And I think that, my friend, is how the cookie crumbles.
I like it. Let me just say that I was checking while Richie was talking there. I don't use Facebook very much. I mean, you can find me on Twitter at T-Turce, T-Turce, but on Instagram it's the same T-Turce, but it's T-Turce91.
Oh, big distinction.
Yeah, right. But let me also say that I appreciate you guys having me on. Richie and Anthony are two of my oldest friends, and they will continue to be two of my best friends forever. So it's been my honor to be here on your guys' podcast.
Hey, that's fair. Yeah. We definitely forgot to thank Travis for being on. I got excited about remembering to do the handles.
I actually wanted to. I don't know if you were hearing me before, but I was trying to say. I think my audio cut out on Discord. By the time this episode comes out, you're going to be able to actually click the link in our social medias. I'm going to give us the Discord link so you guys can join the Discord, give us topics for our podcast in the future. You can chat with other Crumble members, talk to the Warp with each other, whatever have you. And it'll be a great time.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Chat it up. Tell us what you want.
Tell us what you want to hear.
Yeah. All right. Well, Travis, now that we've not actually ended, thank you so much for being on. It's been a great time. Got to talk about the Bills,
my pleasure,
which I always love to do.
We're gonna have to have a mid-season update with Trav on the Bills.
Yeah, so absolutely.
Invite him back, and the end-season update as well.
Oh yeah, ooh. Travis, be prepared, my friend. You'll be back a couple times.
I'm down. I'll join the podcast right after the Bills game, at the final whistle. Yo, what's up, guys? Here at Orchard Park. We'll do the update, game 1.
Yeah, we'll have to have that'd be cool doing guest appearances for live events.
That would be pretty dope. Awesome. Man, right. Do you hear all the crowd behind him?
You'll just hear me screaming, "Go Bills!
Go Bills! Go Bills!"
All right. Well, in that case,
do you possibly think that
might be? It might be how the cookie crumbles?
That's definitely how the cookie crumbles. Trev, is that how the cookie crumbles?
That is absolutely how the cookie crumbles.
Yeah.
Boom. I like it.
Stop that. I'm still alive.
Yeah, man, you know how you guys know what Rick Jenneret says, right? Top shelf where Mama hides the cookies.
Where Mama hides the cookies. All right. Let's
So I've definitely, as we've been streaming,